Indeed, yes, Felicity. It was a long exposition of the government's, the interim government's political, philosophical and indeed legal position with regard to what has happened in the weeks since it was put into power by the military. The Foreign Minister, Nabil Fahmy, is making very clear his belief and the government's belief that what is happening in recent days is not a political argument. It is not the demonstrations, he insists, are not signs of political dissent. He has characterized events more as a state authority being undermined by acts of criminality, by what he referred to as acts of terror. He repeated and reiterated the interim government's position that the Egyptian people have the right to demonstrate freely. However, he also reiterated the position that these rights cannot be abused and that there are elements within those who've been demonstrating intent not on political change, but intent on undermining the very fabric of the state. This is a position that would be denied fundamentally by many of those who've been taking part in demonstrations in recent days, who would continue to insist that they are protesting against the security crackdown, against the interim government and against the military that put that government in power.
And to back up its claims, the interim government also producing some new video footage. What did it show?
Yes, there was long sequences of video footage, some which has been shown before by the interim government. It showed, for example, protesters crossing the bridge linking Zamalek into downtown Cairo. There you had long streams of protesters. Alongside them, there were men with weapons walking not in the protesters, but certainly alongside them. Footage was also shown of the numerous churches that have been burnt. The interim government saying that some 37 churches have been burnt in recent times. Once again, not from the foreign minister, but from a government spokesman earlier. The blame for the attacks on these religious institutions was put on firmly on elements of the Muslim Brotherhood described by the interim government as terrorist elements. But once again, to get the full view in here, we have just had a statement from a spokesman for the Muslim Brotherhood's Freedom and Justice Party, that is its political arm, denying vehemently that at any stage did the Brotherhood endorse or approve of attacks on religious institutions, stating that the religious institutions, whatever their faith, remain sacred to the Muslim Brotherhood and to the Freedom and Justice Party. So we once again have the video shown, which was video of real-time event, which also included, for example, soldiers giving water to women in the Al-Fatah mosque, which had come under siege yesterday. So there was an element clearly of propaganda behind it. There was also real-time footage which did show, as we have observed in recent days, some armed people among the demonstrators. But once again, you have the counterclaim that that was not part of the program of the demonstrations, that that's were isolated incidents or isolated people who were infiltrated into or unilaterally joined what were largely peaceful demonstrations.